Hi chat, I'm Salty, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be ranking the restricted legendary Pokemon in Regulation Set I. Now this is slightly different to Regulation Set G, where instead of one restricted Pokemon there are two, therefore some restricteds are better and some restricteds are definitely a lot worse. So S tier, basically use it, A tier, pretty good, B tier, some niche example, B tier is good, A tier is also very good, C is some niche examples, D is like quite bad, and then F is like don't use. Koraidon, I think, is A tier. It's really good with certain restrictors such as Calyrex Shadow Rider, yeah, basically the combination of terrain, the combination of using Sun Sun's really good because you've got the Ancient Paradox Pokemon, and Calyrex Shadow Rider is really good. So pairing those two together is going to be a really good combination. So I feel like Koraidon pairs with a lot of Pokemon very well. It kind of takes up a similar spot to Urshifu on a lot of teams, and also kind of counters Urshifu by setting up the Sun so that the Surging Strikes do way less damage. Miraidon S tier, it's such a good restricted Pokemon. It won Worlds last year, it won Birmingham this year. It's just a really good Pokemon. So next up is Terapagos. I think Terapagos has actually gotten way worse in this format. Koraidon has improved, Miraidon is basically the same, it's still just really good. And Terapagos has gotten worse. I think Terapagos is probably C tier. It's either C or better. I'll put it in B just because I feel bad, because it is alright, but the fact that you have to wait so long to get it ready, it doesn't feel very good. Mewtwo is D tier. It works as a Size Spam Pokemon, but like every other Size Spam Pokemon is better than Mewtwo basically, and wasting one of your two restricted slots on it is basically unforgivable. Lunala, this is not Lunala, this is Lugia. Lugia, I kind of want to... C tier feels too high, so I'll put it D tier. It's not like a niche Pokemon, because I just don't think it's very good. It has multi-scale as its hidden ability, so it does kind of do a similar thing as Lunala in terms of staying power, but I just don't feel like its stats hold up too well in the modern format. Ho, I'm going to put in C tier just because I know a few people were running at UIC and it did do relatively well. I don't think it's a good restricted by any means, but I think it does definitely have some niche options as a counter to Zamazenta, which I haven't got to yet, but will be one of the best Pokemon in the game. Kyogre, I feel like, is probably an A tier Pokemon. Choice Scarf Water Spout does incredible damage because you're just so fast and you hit stuff so hard. It is a really good combination with Choice Scarf Water Spout, and I think that Kyogre, for that and other reasons, is really good. Kyogre has performed well in Regulation G, and I feel like a second restricted alongside it, such as a Train Setter of Miraidon, or Calyrex Shadow Rider even, or Zamazenta, it does really improve the Kyogre matchup. Now, it does do quite badly if they've got Wide Guard on the opposing team, but that's a different matter entirely. Next we have Groudon, which I feel like is a B tier. It's not as good as Koraidon. It's not the best Sunsetter in the game anymore. It gets one shot by Chi-Yu if you don't Terra. Like, it definitely has its flaws. However, it's still not a bad Pokemon. Precipice Blaze does a lot of damage. It's not very consistent, which is a problem with both Kyogre and Groudon, which is why they're never going to be an S tier in my opinion, considering there are other restricted legendaries with 120 base power attacks. But they are good. So after Groudon we have Rayquaza. Rayquaza's not good. It's basically just used as a Terra Normal Extreme Speed Pokemon, which you might as well just use Dragonite for. It's not worth the restricted slot. Rayquaza has never won a tournament, I don't think, besides its 2016 Worlds win as Mega Rayquaza. So I don't feel like Rayquaza is actually that good of a Pokemon. I feel like Mega Rayquaza is good, but I don't feel like regular Rayquaza is that good, personally. Origin Form Dialga, I'm going to have to put it C tier because it's not a bad Pokemon, but it's just not very good. I'm assuming some Trick Room teams can make good use of it, that and normal Palkia, and Dialga and Palkia there. I feel like this is the forms, basically. This having more attack and defense is good and whatnot, but like being slow is also good. I think these four Pokemon will work really well in Trick Room. They can pair well with CIR, Ice Rider. They'll pair well with that, but basically anything else is just completely useless trying to use them with. It's just because Ice Rider is such a good Pokemon as well. Giratina both forms. I can see it being a C tier. I did see it at local the other week, and it's not the worst Pokemon in the world. Giratina normal form is just kind of rubbish. Yeah, it's not great. Reshiram, it feels kind of bad to put it in D tier, but it's not very good. Reshiram's not great. I saw it at a local at like the start of Reg G, and it got 5th, I think. It's not a bad Well, it's not a bad Pokemon, but it's not a great restricted, so it's going in D tier. Zekrom, again, similar reason. They don't seem to hold up anywhere near as well as some of the newer restricteds, because these Gen 5 and Gen 4 Pokemon, and Gen 2 Pokemon, Gen 3 Pokemon, they're just not as good. The abilities really carry these two, I feel like. Without broken abilities, these guys are not anywhere near as good. Black Kyurem, I kind of want to put on D tier. I feel like it's not as good as White Kyurem, which I'm going to put in C. It does have some niche uses. It's not great, but you can definitely win a few matches with White Kyurem. Like all of these Pokemon, I feel like you can definitely win some matches at a regional. These Pokemon, I feel like if you bring them to a regional, you're wasting your money, basically. I just don't feel like any of these Pokemon are particularly good in any circumstance. Regular Kyurem, it's just going in F tier. It's just not very good. It's like the other forms are way better. Like it's just not very good at all. Nebby and Nebby 2, they can go in F tier. They're bad. They don't have attacking moves. I guess you could bring them with a second restricted just as a meme team to try and win a regional with it, but you're not. It's not. It's basically useless. Solgaleo, it has Clear Body, which is alright, but yeah, I just don't feel like it's doing much damage, so it's probably D tier as well. And then Lunala's good. Lunala's B tier. Lunala gets Wide Guard. It gets Expanding Force, Meteor Beam, Moongeist Beam, Trick Room. It's a really good Pokemon, Lunala. Which is surprising why I'm putting in B tier, but I just feel like the fact that Lunala's a good Pokemon, it's in B. Be a good Pokemon. Well, if that's the case, then if Trapper goes down. But yeah, yeah. Trapper goes going down. I'm sorry, Trapper goes. You're bad. Right. Dawnwings. I feel like it can have a niche, but yeah. I feel like Dawnwings, Duskmane. Yeah, Dawnwings and Duskmane. That was it. Dawnwings is better because it can use Expanding Force size spam stuff. Regular Crossman's bad. Yeah, I feel like this, because it can use size spam stuff, is way better than this, and this is kind of rubbish. Zacian is probably B tier. It's a good Pokemon. Crown Zacian. Normal Zacian is going in at D. Yeah, Crown Zacian's really good because of the Fairy types and all the Fairy Terrors. Zacian has a really good place in this format. I feel like based on like what we saw with Rinya Sun back at the end of Sword and Shield, it definitely does have a good place in the format to be able to use. However, it is nowhere near as powerful as it was back then. Next is Esther. Zamazenta is an incredible Pokemon. I'm putting regular Zamazenta. Oh, I don't want to make this too... well, it's going 2 layers now. Okay. So regular Zamazenta D tier. But yeah, Zamazenta ground form Esther. It has Wide Guard. It has Body Press. It's just such a good Pokemon. It's basically, you have your Reg G team, stick a Zamazenta on, it's fixed. That's basically how you start playing the format. It's really, really good. My Reg G team, I just stuck a Zamazenta on it, or a Koraidon, like any fighting type. It solves so many matches. Like, Zamazenta is really good because it gets Wide Guard. Similar to Lunala, you just stick one of those on, and it basically just destroys some Pokemon. Like, Pokemon that want to spam spread moves, there's quite a few of them higher up on the list. You just basically shut them down, which is an incredible ability to have. Plus, it's really strong. Body Press from Zamazenta does incredible damage. Now on to Eternatus. I feel like it's a C tier Pokemon. It's not very good. It has its niches, don't get me wrong, but this is kind of niche. I'll move this one up there. I don't really know how to format this. I'll do that. Yeah, Eternatus is alright. It's not the best Pokemon in the world, but it definitely could be on a niche team. It could be on a niche team. It's not like, I'm moving Mewtwo there, that's why my table looks nice. Yeah, Eternatus could be good. I definitely feel like it can be used in the format. It just depends on where you want to use it, basically. But yeah, Eternatus is good. It's good for stall because it only gets pressure as an ability. And I guess you could have a second pressure Pokemon to just make your opponent run out of PB, and then they just can't use any moves, which I guess is a valid strategy. You're not a big fan of Eternatus, but yeah. Calyrex Ice Rider, S tier. It's the best Trick Room Pokemon that exists. Having a spread move that hits both opponents with 120 base power is incredible. Shadow Rider, S tier. I can't put it anywhere else. Shadow Rider carried me in so many games. It's just such a strong Pokemon. If it's got a attack boosting item, it does so much damage to basically everything in the format, and the only thing that it doesn't hit is just normal types, which you can easily resolve in this format by adding one of the 2 restricted fighting types. And then we have regular Calyrex going in F tier is bad. But yeah, this is my opinion on the Reg I format. I feel like this is, S tier is the Pokemon that you're going to see everywhere. A tier is, they're good, but they're not as good as the S tiers. B tier is, I can definitely see them being added to teams, but they're not the best Pokemon in the format. D tier, or C is more like their niche Pokemon. So like you might see someone pick one up, but they're not going to be in every team. D tier is going to be the Pokemon you just don't see. They're not very good, in my opinion. I just don't think that any of them really have any potential to win anything, to be honest. And F tier is just don't use. There's either better forms in Calyrex, Necrozma, and Kyurem, or they're just bad Pokemon in terms of Cosmoem and Cosmog and Mewtwo. So there's a lot of Psychic types, I'm now realizing. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, and if you want to recommend me teams to try out for Reg I, then give me a team page down below. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.